Hello, fellow trumpeters and musicians. My name is Josh Rzepka, and today is a very special Labor Day edition of Mute Monday. Now, if you're new around here, Mute Monday is a weekly series where I discuss and demonstrate different trumpet mutes. Now, before we get started, if you would like to take your trumpet playing and your mute game to the next level, well, I have created a free mute handbook that you can download by clicking the link below. Enter your email address and I will send it directly to your inbox. Now, today is Labor Day, and I know that I am going to be hanging out with my family. We're going to be spending a lot of time outside, and we are going to be cooking up a storm on the grill. And with that in mind, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to share with you my very favorite mute recipes. Yes, you heard me right. Today we are cooking with trumpet mutes. Now, I'm sure many of you have seen a beer can chicken recipe before. Well, I've got a variation on that, and today we are going to be cooking a straight mute chicken right on the grill. It's going to be fantastic. Now, before we get started with this, a couple things that you're going to need. Well, you're going to need a chicken, and then you're going to need a straight mute, and you're going to want to take that straight mute, clean it off real good, take the sticker off, take the corks off, and give it a good scrub. That way you're not going to be adding any unusual flavor to your chicken. All right, so we're about to get started. Let me show you all the ingredients and exactly what you need. So first off, of course, you are going to need a chicken, right? I've got a beautiful chicken right here, ready to go. You're also going to need a straight mute and a beer. I've got this great IPA right here, and I've got this straight mute right here. Now check it out. I have taken the corks off. I have done my best to try and remove all of the glue that was there. I couldn't get it all, but that's okay. It's just gonna add a little extra flavor to this recipe. And you're gonna wanna scrub it on the outside and clean the inside too, because this has been in your trumpet bell, it's been covered in spit, it's been in your case, it's probably fallen on the floor. So you're going to want to make sure you clean it off really good. Now, one thing to note, you are going to want to use an aluminum straight mute for this. Don't get fancy. Don't get a copper straight mute. Don't get a copper bottom straight mute. You want a full aluminum straight mute. And the important reason is because, well, copper and aluminum, or brass and aluminum, they conduct heat at different rates. And if you have got an aluminum straight mute with a copper bottom, well, your bird's not going to cook evenly, and it's going to dry out just probably on the bottom. It's not going to be good. So make sure you get a nice, clean aluminum straight mute, and you'll be ready to go. All right, so let me turn on the grill, and then we will get cooking. So my grill is now heating up, and what we're going to do is take our straight mute, and well, we're going to fill it with beer. So got my beer right here. And you know, just dump it all in, and try not to spill too much, but you wanna get it filled up real nice, and all the way to the top. You should be able to use an entire beer for the mute. You don't need 2 beers, just 1 beer is fine. We've got our chicken here, so you want to take that straight mute, and you want to just kind of stick it right inside of that chicken. Check that out. See how nice that is? And it fits perfectly. You can see it kind of just popping out of the top. And well, that's about it. Now all you gotta do is put whatever seasoning, rub anything on the outside. And I'm gonna use a little bit of a spicy seasoning on this, well, because I like spicy things. All right, I've got my bird all seasoned up. I put a nice Cajun seasoning on this, so it's gonna have a delicious flavor. Now, I've got my grill going here at a medium-high temperature, and that's what we're gonna want. And you just stick it in, straight mute, right, sitting on the bottom. It's gonna give it a nice support, and then you cook your chicken. All right, so the bird is on, and we're gonna let this go for a little while. And while it's cooking, while this starts cooking, we are going to get started with our Harman mute stem kabobs. Most people, they take their Harman mute stem, they throw it away, they lose it. They don't consider that could be useful out on the grill. So I am going to go get my ingredients and we're gonna put together some delicious veggie kebabs. So I've got my Harman stem, and right here, well, this is just my emo stem. This is a nice stem. It's got a nice handle on it. It's gonna be really easy to get on and off the grill. It's not too tall, so this is perfect for individual servings. Now, I've just got a couple of veggies here, and all you're gonna wanna do is cut them up and then take that Harman stem and then just stick it right through the veggies, right? Perfect. And it's just gonna poke a hole right in them. And I like to alternate. You know, I'm doing pepper and squash today. So I've got a pepper, I got a squash, a little more pepper, and finish it off with a little more squash on the end. And you're gonna wanna put a little bit of oil on this just to keep it from sticking. The great thing about this is, because there's a hole inside of this Harman mute stem, it's actually gonna let the heat get on the inside. So you're actually gonna be cooking your kebabs from the outside and from the inside simultaneously, which is terrific. I think this is actually a superior way to cook kebabs versus the traditional skewer, which, well, it usually just burns the outside and then the inside isn't cooked properly. So I think we're gonna get terrific results with this. So I'm gonna throw this on the grill and get it cooking. So everything is on the grill right now, and now we just gotta wait until this bird comes up to temperature. Of course, when we are cooking poultry, we wanna make sure that we reach that internal temperature of 165 degrees. And you can take it off actually around 160 and tent it, and it's gonna let that temperature rise a little bit. But we're gonna check back here in about 45 minutes, and we are gonna see where we're at. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes and the chicken is cooking great. The grill right now is just around 375, 400 degrees. That's where you're gonna wanna keep it until this bird gets cooked. Now, while we're waiting, I thought that I would share with you a wonderful mute cocktail. And I was thinking maybe we would make a mutini. However, that's a little formal for a barbecue, so we are going to go with a mute Hatton. And to get started, you're just gonna need a couple ingredients. Of course, you are going to need your vessel. I've got this fantastic Harman plunger wah mute, and this is gonna be perfect. You can really put a big drink in this. Very important for when you're grilling. And then, of course, I've got my bourbon here, and listen, we've gotta go with Crown Royal, because when you're finished drinking this, you're gonna have a mute out of it with that bag. So very important. I've got this special Crown Royal bourbon mash. I haven't had it yet, but I think that it's gonna be terrific. Let's check it out. Look at this great bag. You are going to be the envy of the trumpet section with this cool and rare Crown Royal bag. So that's just a bonus from making this cocktail. And look at this bourbon mash. I'm excited about this. In order to make a mute Hatton, you really just need a couple ingredients. You need your bourbon, you need some vermouth, and you need some bitters, and a little bit of ice. Well, I actually don't have any vermouth or bitters with me, so we're just gonna drink straight up bourbon, which I think might actually just be the better drink, but we're still gonna call it a mute Hatton because, well, I just like that name. Here is how you make the drink. You get your cup, put a little ice in there, just a couple cubes, then get your bourbon, open that sucker up. Let's see what we're working with today. I'm very excited. I haven't had this one yet. Smells fantastic. And just pour yourself a little bit, right? Maybe just 3, 4, 5 ounces. Just something to get you through the rest of this bird cooking, right? You can't just sit there and watch it cook. You gotta relax. This is Labor Day. Let's taste it and see how it is. Wow, this is terrific. It's got some oakiness, it's got some vanilla. I would highly recommend this Crown Royal bourbon mash. And maybe in a future Mute Monday, I will review the bag that came from this and compare it with the traditional purple Crown Royal bag. I'm not sure if they use different types of felt. They may sound different. So I'm gonna check back in with you in just a little bit once this bird is finished cooking. So it's been about 45 minutes and this chicken is looking great. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention earlier, I did say that you want to use an aluminum straight mute and not a brass one or copper one. But I also want to remind you, do not use a plastic mute. And of course, do not use a fiber or wood mute. Well, actually, you could use a wood mute if you were smoking your chicken, but that is a completely different recipe. So let's check out how this chicken is looking. Beautiful. This is just looking fantastic. Let's get a closer look. Beautiful, perfectly cooked straight mute chicken. Now, let's take this off the grill and we're gonna let it rest for just 10 minutes and then we're gonna slice into it, see how it is. All right, so we are finished. Check out that beautiful bird. You can see how nicely it's cooked. The mute is just poking out of the top there. That really allowed the heat to get in there evenly and cook this bird perfectly. And got a nice drink going on and my kebab. Let's cut this bird open and see how it looks. All right, get it on its side and see if we can get this straight mute out of there. We don't want to cut into that, although maybe we could just cut around it. All right. Nice. There we go. Beautiful. Get that meat out of there. Perfectly cooked chicken. Absolutely. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful roasted chicken. Perfectly cooked. Nice and tender and juicy. Look at that. All right, this is the moment of truth. Let's see how this delicious mute chicken turned out. I am very excited. Looks very tender, very juicy. Here we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Delicious. This is by far the best mute chicken that I've ever had. I would encourage you to try this out for your Labor Day celebrations. It will be certain to be a hit with all of your family. All right, that is it for this special edition Mute Monday. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I hope you have a wonderful Labor Day. Next week, I will be reviewing practice mutes. I'll be getting back to my normal format, so I will see you then. If you liked this video, please click like and share. Leave a comment, it really helps me out a lot. And if you aren't yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. All right, I will see you next week.